This is another business basic episode, and I apologize. I do have an At the Bench episode coming up for the next video that I upload. I just have to be a little bit strategic on how I'm uploading my videos so that some reveals don't come too soon. So this business basics episode is about my website. And I'll just kind of give you a little bit of backstory and then introduce what the general theme is here. So I started my website about a year and a half ago, and I did it through Godaddy. The reason that I did that was because my boyfriend owns a gym, and our website for the gym is through Godaddy. So I thought, this will be the simplest thing. That way I have all of our website information in one place. This is driving me nuts. This is from my respirator. In one place so that I don't have to be going from one website to another website, just updating or renewing or paying for stuff. So I had it all in one place. It was supposed to be nice and simple, and I realized that that was a dumb idea. The theme behind this episode is Shopify versus Godaddy. And just to put it out there, I, at the beginning of June, migrated to Shopify from Godaddy. There were a lot of reasons why I did this, and I am not knocking Godaddy at all. In fact, still have our gym's website through Godaddy. It is a great option depending on what you're using it for. So I just want to go through some of the pros and cons that led me to my decision to change to Shopify. My plan was to be able to show you the actual website where I can go in and create products and edit my website and do all of that fun stuff. But because I am no longer paying to have a website through them, I no longer have access to any of that. So unfortunately, I won't be able to show you the GoDaddy side of things. The first thing I noticed when I transferred over to Shopify is that they have their own app. GoDaddy does not have its own app. It is very simple to log into your website through their website so that you can edit whatever you need to do. But it's just really convenient to have an app. You can build, edit, customize your website from the app. You can add or change products from there. It's really nice. Something that I noticed with Shopify that I did not have with GoDaddy is when you have products that are out of stock. You have a banner that comes up and says hey, just so you know, this product or this variation of this product is out of stock. So you need to update that so if somebody wants to buy it, you can see that you have it in stock. And I was literally blown away by that. Such a simple concept, but not having that available to me, you just kind of hope that everything's running smoothly and you have things set that the way that they're supposed to, whether you have the stock available or not. Hopefully it's reflecting that. Not having an app is not an issue, but it is really nice and definitely a plus. Props to Shopify for that. So going back, the reason that I started with GoDaddy was because we already had our website with GoDaddy for our gym. Just to give you some information regarding our website for our gym. It is an informative website, so it has, our schedule, our coaches, about what we do, a call to action button, but it doesn't sell any products. There are no products listed on the website as an online store. That never really sunk into my mind that, this is what I'm going to be doing. So I didn't really research any pros and cons with GoDaddy in regards to having an online store. Fast forward to when I was making my decision, I chose GoDaddy, one, again, for convenience with our other website, and two, because of the price factor. Shopify has multiple tiers for what you want for your website. And it ranges from I think maybe $20 all the way to $120, just based on what you're getting with your program. GoDaddy, I thought, was one price, right? It was maybe tops $100 something for the year. What I did not realize is that is, I believe, like the domain price. So you pay for your domain. And so I started building my website, and then you have to create your online store. And then you paid to have the extra service of having the online store. And then you paid to have the service of setting up like email. And I'm like, okay, it's all equaling out to be less than what I would pay if I went with Shopify. I was severely wrong about that. It was every 6 months that I was paying, not every year. So the domain was a 1-year renewal, right? Subscription renewal, whatever you want to call it. But everything else was every 6 months. I was probably paying maybe the same, probably paying more by going with GoDaddy, not realizing that I was paying for these features every 6 months. Something that I always struggled with GoDaddy was social media integration. So I was able to bring my products over to, for example, Instagram, so I could like tag products on a post or a reel, but there was always an error whenever I would try and connect directly into Instagram or Facebook. There was a page, and I wanted to show you, and unfortunately I can't, but there was a page where it's like, you need to grant access from your social media so that GoDaddy can, make changes or whatever. And every time I would do it, I would get an error message, and it got to the point where I contacted customer service so many times for this issue. Nobody knew what to do. Then they sent me to their tech team. The tech team didn't know what to do. Then they sent me to their like uber high tech team that I wasn't even able to speak to. I had to speak to a middleman with GoDaddy that would tell my message to the like super uber tech person, and then they would tell the middleman what to tell me. And it was like ridiculous. I'm like, I'm not like computer illiterate. Just, you can talk to me. I'll figure it out. And then they had me doing just all these crazy things like recording through a super encrypted program so that I could send them exactly what I was seeing on my end because the screenshots weren't enough. And it was never resolved. The issue was never resolved, and they just kept telling me, oh, well, you're going to have to, resubmit that video again. I'm like, you already have the video. Just figure it out. And it never got resolved, and that left a bitter taste in my mouth that, this company that's supposed to be helping me just had no idea how to. That social media integration was annoying. I don't know how much I would have been able to do because I was never given the opportunity, but it was definitely a negative on the GoDaddy side. With that being said, I have never had an issue with social media integration on Shopify. It was literally log in and poof, you're done. And I honestly, because of all of the issues I had with GoDaddy, I thought it was an issue with my social media accounts. Like I thought something was wrong with them, and that's why it wasn't syncing with GoDaddy. But having switched to Shopify and seeing that it was so easy, it wasn't my social media, it was GoDaddy. Another issue that I had when transitioning from GoDaddy to Shopify was pulling over my website and my products. The general procedure is you export a CSV of all of your products. It has like the product information, the price, the pictures, the this, the that, like it has everything in the CSV. You just export it from your original provider, domain provider, and then you upload it to your new provider, and it should literally just populate all of your products based off of what the CSV tells it to do. So I had exported my CSV from GoDaddy. It was pretty bare bones. And so I was reading like the Shopify guidelines as to what the CSV needs to contain in order for the transition to work smoothly. And nothing from the GoDaddy CSV was suitable to the Shopify requirements. So then I went in and I started trying to manually change everything so that like columns and titles would match up to what Shopify wanted. And I tried to upload it that way, and that did not work. It couldn't it didn't work together. They couldn't read one another. And so unfortunately, I had to manually input all of my products onto Shopify, which actually ended up being really great because I got to weed through things that maybe I thought were no longer serving my online store and edit or get rid of them. And I got to update things as I went through, new pictures, new descriptions. It was kind of like a spring cleaning, which was great, but it also was incredibly time consuming. Let's just kind of go into what building a product looked like for GoDaddy versus Shopify. For GoDaddy, you had your title, you had your pictures, your price, your description, and then like your inventory and whatever little variations you wanted. The great thing about GoDaddy was I don't believe they had a cap, a limit as to how many variations you could do. So there was like variations, and then there was like your choices. And with variations, it was if you had 5 different emeralds and it was like A, B, C, D, E, and those were your variations and they were all the same price. And then the choices was, for example, like metal type. If you're doing sterling silver or you're doing 14 karat gold, you're not going to have the same price point for sterling silver as you would for 14 karat gold, so you can go in and change those. Here is where some issues start to happen, is it did not have a way to create the logic that there is only, we're going back to the 5 emeralds, there is only one of this emerald, and if they choose sterling silver, they no longer have the ability to choose gold because that emerald is gone. It would register 2 of this emerald, 1 for sterling silver and 1 for gold. It was just so annoying trying to get it to build the product in a way so that you don't have that issue. I am going to give props to GoDaddy for their ease of website building. It was super easy to build the website. You have themes that you can choose from, you have templates that you can choose from. You click on your template, you select a color theme that you're interested in, or you build your own color theme. You can put different layouts in different places. And it's really simple to see things in real time as they update. Now, there were very few templates. So while building a website was super simple, you were also limited in what you could and could not do. There was an app, which again, props to GoDaddy for point of sales. For example, I was at a market and somebody wanted to pay with a credit card. GoDaddy had an app where you could enter the price, whatever information you needed to, and awesomely had a tap to pay option, which Shopify does not with their point of sale app. Is a manual enter of the credit card information. So that was really convenient with GoDaddy. Both companies offer discounts for a point of sale device where you can purchase a separate device and then use that as your tap to pay and your point of sale transactions. This is pretty important, so if this is something that's important to you, like this is a good talking point. GoDaddy was amazing releasing your funds, meaning if I sold $500 worth of stuff at a market, within 48 hours, those sales would be in my bank account. So that was really convenient. Their timeline is 48 hours and you have your money in your bank account. With Shopify, I had a market on a Saturday, and I believe by Wednesday or Thursday of that week, the funds were deposited into my bank account. So it wasn't 48 hours, it was longer. In terms of search engine optimization and live data analytics, there is no comparison to Shopify. GoDaddy gave you like a 7-day visitor count. You had a 30-day count and a 7-day count. You have no idea where people are shopping from or browsing from. You don't know what they're looking at. It was really remedial. There was barely any information. In terms of search engine optimization, there is like a checklist where you can go through page by page and add keywords to your descriptions. There are no tags. So basically, if it's in your description, that's your search engine title or description, that's your search engine optimization keywords. Shopify, on the other hand, is ridiculously amazing for their live analytics and their SEO. Literally shows you a globe. It shows you a globe and it tells you who's looking, where they're looking from, where your sales are going to, who's buying, how many people are looking at this second, like real-time information. It's amazing. It shows you like charts of how often people are on your website, what your sales look like. And that's just the live information. In terms of SEO, every single product has the option to, aside from your title and description, have tags added to it to increase search engine optimization. The amount of optimization is over the moon. It's amazing. And that was the first thing I noticed when I started building my products was, wow, there is so much more detail that you can put into these products that you can't in GoDaddy. Aside from search engine optimization, when you're building products, it has calculators built into each product where you put the cost of material, the cost of labor, the cost of the final product, what your profit margins are. Like, there's so much available to you. And that's for every single product. It's really night and day. Like, it's amazing how much there is available with Shopify. I am still super new with navigating how to build and create and update and all that stuff. But from what I have seen, there is no question it's way better to go with Shopify than with GoDaddy if you're doing an online store. If you're just doing an informative page or maybe like a blog, something like that, where it's just typed word and you don't have to have products, then it's probably way cheaper to go with GoDaddy. My recommendation to you is if you can afford it. I believe and they usually have like a deal where you get like the first 3 days are free. The next maybe month or 2 months is $1, and then you pay the regular price, and just based on a different tier of product that you purchase from them in terms of a website will be your price point. I hope this was helpful. I know I talked a lot and I wish I could have shown you more information. Unfortunately, GoDaddy kicked me out, which I don't blame them. When weighing the pros and the cons, I feel like there were a lot more cons with GoDaddy. If you have the budget for Shopify, I recommend it like 1,000%. It's only been a month, but it's been amazing. It's been so user-friendly, has so much to offer. And even if you just try it out for that first free 3 days, just to get an idea, do it. Like, compare, see all of and I know it's hard to get a lot done in 3 days, but just to navigate what it gives you. Oh, I completely forgot to mention the integration of other platforms, other businesses. There is an entire app store within Shopify where you can download and install other programs that migrate with Shopify. And so it can be like your taxes or your social media, or there's so many things aside from just what Shopify gives you that you can integrate with your website and your online store just to make life easier. So again, I highly, highly recommend Shopify. If you have questions, I'm still super new with it. I can try and answer them. If you found this video helpful, I would love for you to like it. Hopefully it answered some of your questions, and if not, hopefully I can answer them in the comments. I would also love for you to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this or if you enjoy my other videos. I try to balance each type of video, so I'm not always posting like business basics or at the bench or like my other videos, so that you get a variety and you kind of know how it is to be a self-taught metalsmith who owns her own business and is trying to make it in the world. So I promise I will have an At the Bench episode for you guys following this episode, and I can't wait for you to see it because it's right here, but you don't get to see the front. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.